Hello, first grade. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are well today. So we are approaching our last week of school. So I am going to be posting a step-by-step video today, and then on Wednesday I will post like a coloring sheet or something very simple. So this is going to be our last art assignment of the year. It is ungraded, so it's optional if you want to do this or not. It is a space-themed art project. So the supplies you're going to need are, so I'm going to be using watercolors to color in my planet. You don't have to use watercolors. If you have it, you can. And then I am going to be using a black paper, a Q-tip, and some white paint. And then I will be using a white paper for my planet, and then again I'm going to color it in watercolor. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So step one is you need a black paper. If you want your paper to be a little more squarish rather than rectangle-ish, you can just cut it a little bit, and I want it to be a little bit more square-like, so I'm going to cut a piece off. So get my scissors. This is just what I'm doing. You can keep it the rectangle shape, or if you want it to be a little more squarey like mine, you can do this step. And it's going to be squarey because your shape is going to be a circle. Okay, it's going to be a planet, and a circle just looks better inside of a square rather than a rectangle. Okay, so now I'm going to be putting white stars on your black paper, and I'm going to be getting some white paint like I said, and then just using a Q-tip, and I'm just going to add little white dots all over the place. Okay, anywhere you like. Maybe you want them to be together, really close together. It's up to you guys, whatever you choose. Okay, so these are going to be my stars for my background. Just adding random dots here and there. I'm going to use the other side of my Q-tip. And maybe you have like a silver paint. That will look really cool instead of the white paint. And if you want your dots to be smaller, no, that won't work. If you want your dots to be smaller, you can use something littler, maybe just like a little paintbrush, like the tip of the paintbrush. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to put that to the side so it can dry, because I'm going to revisit that. Okay, so now for my planet, I have my white paper out. So you guys can trace a circle, you guys can draw a circle. It's up to you, whatever you choose. Maybe if you have a plate, you can use a plate. That will look kind of cool. Let's see, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and trace this plate, but I'm going to cut more inside so it's smaller. Okay. I'm going to cut this out, the circle. But again, I want it to be smaller, so I'm gonna cut it inside my circle. Okay, I might cut a little bit more just so it's a little bit smaller. Because I want to be able to see my stars. So that's why I'm cutting it smaller. Making sure it's nice and straight, nice and circly, I mean, not straight. Okay, so that is my planet, my round planet. Okay, so we went over the solar system when we were at school, if you guys remember. So let's see, we have the sun, and then we have, what else? We have Mercury, and then Venus, and then Mars, and then, no, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. So those are in the order, and then Pluto, of course, if you want to add little Pluto. So that is our solar system. I'm going to be attaching some attachments to your assignment today too, so you can see. And the colors that you want to use are, it's up to you if you want to color in using different colors, or if you want to try and stay more like realistic, you can. It's up to you. So obviously if you do Earth, it's going to be, you know, blue and green. Venus and Jupiter kind of look similar. They're kind of like a orangish, copperish color. Mars is kind of orangey. The sun is very red, very yellow. Mercury's a little gray. Pluto's a little gray. Sometimes you see a little like purplish. Neptune's like a darker blue. Uranus is a lighter blue, and then Saturn is very like gray and tan and like light shades. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to try and make Jupiter, since my circle is so big, and Jupiter is a bigger planet, so I'm going to try and create Jupiter. So if you want to follow along with me, you can, or if you've got another planet you're doing, you can go ahead and do that one. Okay, so I have all the things I need for my watercolors: my paintbrush, my water, my paint palette, my paper towel, just in case I need it. Okay, so I need to make my paintbrush nice and wet. Okay, and then I'm going to be using, I'm probably going to be using like orange and maybe brown. I don't know yet. Or maybe I'll just have it darker in some spots. I'm just kind of going across. And there's a ready. So if you, when you use watercolors, the more water you have on your paint palette here, the lighter the color is going to come on. So I usually only dip my paintbrush just every once in a while, you know, not that much. Okay, maybe a little bit of water here, spread it out a little bit. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and paint this whole thing in, but in some spots it's gonna look darker than other spots. Okay. Maybe I'll go over it a couple of times. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to clean my brush because I'm going to use like a yellow now. See how that looks. Might look the same, a little different. Just a little bit of yellow. Try and blend those two colors together. Okay. Kind of blending it. Clean my brush. I'm going to change colors. Go back to a little bit of yellow there. Not yellow, orange, sorry. So sorry. Okay, I'm gonna clean my brush. I want to spread this out a little bit more. Clean my brush, go back to yellow. Okay, going back to orange. I'm going to do it a little bit darker. I'm going to twirl this guy around. So I'm just using up all that paint that's on my brush and getting some more watercolor paint on there, but not dipping my paintbrush in the water, so it can be a little bit darker. Maybe these spots here, just kind of overlapping it with some more orange, just so it's a little bit darker, blend it a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to go ahead and get some yellow. Remember to tap your paintbrush to get off that water. Okay. I'm going to clean my brush. Go in with some orange. Oops. So I'm just kind of going in with some orange just in other spots here, just to give it a little bit more of different colors. Darker in some spots, lighter in some spots. Put some more water on there, spread out that color. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use brown. I was going to, but I don't think I'm going to. I feel like that would mess it up big time. Okay. So just a little bit more orange. Just overlapping, making sure there's some dark spots of orange. Okay, and then your watercolor painting here should dry pretty quickly. I think we'll have time to add this on our black paper. Okay, alrighty, so just make sure water's off here, your palette. Alrighty, so I'm going to put this to the side so it can kind of dry. I'm going to bring back my black paper with white stars on it. Okay, and then, okay, so make sure it's dry. It should be dry. And then go ahead and get your glue out. Probably White Elmer's glue would be better for this project. Okay, so here's my planet. So what I'm gonna do is just put some White Elmer's glue in the middle here. And then I'm gonna stick on my planet right in the center. Okay, just kind of press down. If it was dry, you would really, make sure it's down, but it's not quite dry yet. And then if you guys want just to add some more glue in the background, just to make sure it's really down. And what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm going to get a smaller brush because I wanna make little tiny stars around my planet. Okay, so I'm gonna get a really tiny brush. Whatever you have should be fine. Any kind of paintbrush, any kind of tiny paintbrush. Perfect one. Or if you have a paintbrush that has like a little, almost like a little tip. That would be good too. Okay, so like any one that is like really small. I think I'm gonna use this one just because it's a little curvier. And that would be better for dots. Okay, so I'm gonna get my paper plate back that has the white paint. Add a little bit more white paint on it. And then I'm going to add my dots. Okay, but I want my dots to be really small. Okay. Different sizes, maybe like really tiny. So I'm just adding more dots. Trying to. Just all around. Things are still very wet, so be careful. So I'm just going all around my planet here. That kind of covers. So just adding some more dots right now, and they're different sizes. So some are really small and some are a little bit bigger. Just kind of letting my paintbrush do what it wants here. Okay, I think I'm done, guys. Okay, so we are done. That is it. That was cool. So again, this is optional, ungraded, and on Wednesday I'll just post a little like coloring sheet or something for you guys. Okay, all right, guys, so this will be my last step-by-step video with you guys, and I hope you guys have a great summer, first grade. Have a good one. Send me pictures. I'd love to see what you guys are up to during your summer break. Class Dojo will be open, so send me pictures. I love to see your faces. Okay, I will see you guys soon, and bye.